Peace to each one of y'all. Sending my prayers up to the Creator, to our ancestors for healing. We all need it about now. You know, they call this the Lord's Day in certain religions, certain parts of our society. So I'm gonna pay my respect and my homage. But shoot, what do I have to tell y'all? Y'all making me forget. Nah, I'm joking. You know, I'm just trolling y'all. But shoot, I gotta share something with y'all. There ain't no bad news or anything like that. It's just a reality, right? And I'm gonna ask y'all from my soul to yours, please do not get distracted out here. Please do not fall victim to what the system is putting out there. It's a lot of misinformation. It's a lot of trauma going around. It's a whole lot happening in our world. And the system wants you to be depressed, wants you to be in a state of being that is low vibrational. All right. It's a change and it's a shift in what's going on in our world right now. And I'm letting you know, I'm not being arrogant or anything like that, but from 1981 to 1996, this millennial generation, I hope y'all know, we're here to shake some stuff up. But in order to shake some stuff up, right? And the next generation, Gen Z, is going to come right after. So they're watching this, right? Then you got my kids' generation, which is very young. But I got on here to say this. Please do not get distracted out here emotionally, spiritually, because the system itself is, is dying. It's dying. Old ways of living, the old ways of doing things. It's not going to last for too much longer, y'all. I'm just saying. And I don't know anything, right? I don't know all the answers to what's going on, but I'm saying this to y'all specifically because it's important that those that understand, that are aligned and what's going on around here, that y'all paying attention, because without us making a change right now and shifting our consciousness, our kids they're going to fall victim to the system too. And the system I'm talking about it's a myriad of objective topics that we follow since we were kids, which is sex, love, relationships, religion, culture, class, finance, entertainment, media, social platforms at this point. Please do not fall victim to these things that are being manipulated and controlled. Please do not. Please do not. We have so many truth tellers out here that are doing the right things, and I could point them out, but you have to have your own level of discernment once you're consciously awakened to what's really going on. And I could go on and on, but look, I have to speak in general topics because it gets too mixy. You know what I'm saying? But I hopped on here specifically to share something with y'all. My generation, the millennial generation, we got to be better. We got to be better. My millennial generation, we got to be better. We know too much of the truth. And sometimes that will put us in places where we're fearful, where we have anxiety. And in order to make an impact out here that is generationally sound, where it lasts for not just one generation, but for 7 to 10 to 20 generations now, we have to break free mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy to do it, but we have people out here that are willing to extend a helping hand and do it, And I went live on this main page because I know that, some people are going to take this as, oh man, this guy's, what is he talking about now? This guy thinks and it's like, it's not even about that. I don't even have energy to give that to give to that today, or any point in my life. But I will tell you this, we got to be better. We have to protect our youth. We have to protect our ways of life. We have to protect the kids that are looking up to us. So my millennial generation, this is a call out to you. No, real talk. This is a shout out to you. As Gen Z's watching and our older generation is waiting for us to take control of the wheel and lead our world into new places, new ways of thinking, because it's not happening, without the proper techniques and strategies. It's not happening if we're not prepared. So, and I say my generation because millennial generation is because we help create a lot of these social platforms. We've helped create a lot of these trends. We help create a lot of these, new waves of doing things. Like, I'm not saying that arrogantly, but from 1981 to 1996, this is specifically for y'all. Please, 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 please educate the youth the right way. Please, please. We are starseeds, just like Gen Z is, just like our elders were. We are starseeds. We returned here for a bigger purpose that many people won't understand. And a lot of this Instagram live will go over people's heads, but that's okay. That's okay. Not everybody's going to get the fight. Not everybody's going to get into the war. Not everybody's fearless out here. You know what I'm saying? I'll be more specific when I say this. I'm getting a lot of wisdom from the elders, and they're telling me that this generation that I'm in, and I'm talking about born from 1981 to 1996, that if we don't get our stuff together and start making a conscious effort to change the ways of living out here, we'll be doomed. If we keep living the same lifestyle that we looked at when we were kids and saw like, oh, this is popping. Oh, this is one of the people I need to follow. Like, think about social media in general. Like, you guys we're just following. I say you guys, no, we are just following people. We're just following people. That is a level of influence that can be dangerous if it's not poured in the right places. And I woke up with this on my spirit because I had to let it off. You know, this was what was called to me this morning. I don't know what exactly, but this is what has been called for me to share with you guys. The elder generation is saying it's time to wake up, wake up, wake up. I'm not going to tell y'all what to do. I'm not going to tell y'all how to live, what to think, but our millennial generation, this is specifically being accountable for us. We can't try to force our thoughts and our ways on anybody else, but we have to know that the right way is already in us. Feel me? That's why you have to be rooted and grounded in who you are. I'll tell you this. This is my last thing before I hop off live. I wake up every single day knowing that my skin color is something that is hated on. My culture is something that has been pushed underneath the rug. They're now changing history to be forgotten about. And that's why I'm saying this generation, this millennial generation, specifically us, if we allow them to cover up all the history and all the things that have happened to our human race and what has been done, we will be doomed. That's all I'm saying. So all the young kids that may not understand it yet, that's fine. You're going to come into this. But to my generation, be better. Be better. Do not get distracted out here. Do not get to a place where you're stagnant. We have a lot of entrepreneurs. We have crypto. We have NFTs. We've redefined art. We have the metaverse coming. We have all these great things coming. You know what I mean? But still, when chaos happens and trauma happens, we revert back to our old ways. They're trying to do everything possible in order to keep us in a low vibrational state. A low vibrational state. If you don't know what low vibrational state of being is, please go look it up. But I'm specifically talking to my generation right now that if we do not teach our kids the truth of this world and what has happened and what has taken place, it will be lost in history. We will be lost. We will be the generation that's lost in history. Black, white, red, yellow, no matter what color you are, there has been some type of part of your history or our human history that has been erased for purposes that go way beyond our understanding. And I won't tell you that I know everything. I know nothing, right? I know nothing. I'm just a star in the universe. But what I do know is when I'm called to share things and I pop out like this is for intention that goes way beyond, what I can understand physically at times. I understand, spiritually, but don't understand it physically and why I'm put in certain places, but standing tall. But look, I'm gonna end my point here. To my generation and to the older generation, we must bridge the gap, and it's happening now, but we must do it faster. We must do it faster. It's not happening. It's not happening. And the reason why I say it's not happening quick enough is because we had generations come before us and we're still doing the same ish. The same traumatic events are happening in our world. You know what I mean? We had a whole entire shooting in Buffalo and there's no more news coverage anymore on the families. There's nothing. We had people of color die in Buffalo and things took place that still limited the exposure and the coverage because it was based off of pure hatred and it was an act of terrorism, and we won't call it that. I'm just telling y'all the truth right here, because when I say that my generation and the older generation has to bridge the gap, it's because our kids are watching everything that we do. They're watching everything that we do. You know what I'm saying? The kids are watching everything that we do, but we want to put them in the metaverse. We want to put them in front of the TV. We want to put them on Instagram. We want to put them on social media so quick. We want to give them the same diseases that we have right now. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not putting my kids through the system that's designed to distract and demean and destroy character based on race, culture, class. I'm a native and I'm a black man or African man. I had to identify that because that's what was given to me in this Euro-centralized society. I had to identify as a race. I had to identify as a culture. I have to identify what my religion is. But the reason why I'm speaking like this is because to my generation and to the older generation, we can't have this. That's enough talking. We can't have this. This joint can't fly anymore. It can't happen anymore. And I'm called crazy trying to grow up in this Eurocentric society, or this society that holds white supremacy over the top of everything, which was created by them. I never created it. How can I be sane in a society that calls me crazy for trying to live a moral, just life, a principle-led life? I didn't grow up seeing color. I didn't grow up seeing, religion and culture, bro. It was taught to me. It was taught to me. I grew up in school with this stuff. I had experiences. So my generation, like, we still deal with it a lot, but our older generation dealt with it far more superior than we did, just because it was way out in the open. Now it's way more guarded and silent and subtle. All these isms and all these definitions that we put out here. And let me direct it back to my point. I can wake up every single day knowing that the system is right in front of me and I'm making money for the system. The system is what I need to survive, right? But the system also created an image of the way you're supposed to be out here, and that's just not reality. That's not reality. The image that's created of who we should be. Like, look on all these social media websites. Is everybody not trying to be the same?
Yeah, Kyrie has a lot of important things to say here. He is definitely not sticking to the normal script of your average professional basketball player, professional football player, any professional athlete in America. He's definitely out here really preaching, saying something that needs to be said, saying things that the youth need to hear, regardless of your race, gender, origin, anything that you want to, attribute to yourself, say that you are a part of. His words should ring true to many. It doesn't make sense why he is being suspended for so many games and being fined and given this list of things he has to do. It's really unfair in my opinion. I think his comments were never in a way to be anti-Semitic or call out or be in any sort of way divisive or negative to anyone. Anyone who says he did that is wrong and isn't willing to stand up for what is true. For what he's saying is just everything needs to be looked at, from what we eat to what we're thinking to what we're doing, everything. All the movies that we see, all the TV shows that are put out to us, all the music that we're listening to in these major cities across the United States is what you can attribute all the violence and everything that's going on. It's just people think it's like a conspiracy theory or you're crazy to say that. But you're basically being brainwashed. That's what it is, being brainwashed. If you're listening to these songs about death and killing over and over, or whether you're listening to these songs about love, then you need to understand whatever your eyes are taking in is whatever is going to be put into your mind. So it's best to read nothing but positive things and watch positive things. Or if you are watching a movie, be able to detach from it and understand that that's just a movie, that's something else, that is not what is your life or concerns you. There's a lot of people who aren't able to create that line and think movies are reality and these songs are real things that are going on. So it might be. Doesn't make it right though. Kyrie actually out here, trying to say something that needs to be said by more than just him. There's a lot of people who need to be saying the same thing, but for whatever reason, it's not allowed to.